I'm going to read you a story called Jeremiah and the Letter E. Story is written by David Giuliano, illustrated by Meghan Irvine. David Giuliano is a friend of Carol and mine. He's a minister in the United Church of Canada and a former moderator of the United Church of Canada. Jeremiah and the Letter E. When Jeremiah went to kindergarten, he was good at learning new things. He learned that when the bus driver said, "Stay back on the curb," she meant stay back on the curb only until the bus stops. There he is getting ready to go to school. There he is waiting for the bus. He learned that at school there are two bathrooms, one for boys and one for girls. He learned that when he sees a bear, he should drop his pack, back away on an angle, and go to the nearest house. Jeremiah at school, Jeremiah learning about bears. Jeremiah learned all these things. It wasn't hard, but he couldn't and wouldn't ever learn the letter E. After supper, Jeremiah would print his name over and over. He groaned, "I can't and won't ever get the letter E." Or he's practicing trying to get the letter E and being so frustrated. He made the fish hook called J. He made the little diving board called R. He made the two mountains called M. He made the circle and the stick for the A in apple. He made the stick with a bright idea called I. He made the little chair called H, but he couldn't and wouldn't ever get the letter E. "Who gave me this crazy name?" he yelled. "It has two E's. Whoever named me should have known I couldn't and wouldn't ever make the letter E." He put his head on the table to give his brain a rest. He cried, talking to his parents, his head on the table. His mom and dad tried to help. That didn't work. But one day, after trying for a long time, long time, Jeremiah shouted, "I can make the letter E. Look, it's like a smiley fish looking at a hook." Jeremiah made the letter E everywhere. He made the letter E on his bedroom wall. He made it on the ceiling. He made it on his dad's forehead while he was sleeping. He told his friends, "That's the letter E." As he grew older, Jeremiah had to learn other new things, difficult things. Jeremiah had to learn how to skate, which he was sure he couldn't and wouldn't ever learn. He's growing older. He's learning how to skate. But he remembered the letter E. Jeremiah had to learn how to shoot the ball to the basket, which he was sure he couldn't and wouldn't ever learn. But then he remembered the letter E. Jeremiah had to learn how to make up with his friends after a fight, which he was sure he couldn't and he wouldn't ever learn. But then he remembered the letter E. When he grew up, Jeremiah had to learn how to drive a car. He had to learn how to be a husband. He had to learn how to be a dad, all of which he was sure that he couldn't and he wouldn't ever learn. But he remembered the letter E. Every time Jeremiah had to learn something difficult, a little voice inside him whispered, "Remember the letter E." And he knew that he could and he would learn something new. It's the story of Jeremiah and the letter E.